Hey everybody, welcome back to Money Meet Mondays. I am Jamie Alexander. I am the CEO of Cover Me Academy, and we want to come on Mondays to discuss all things finances or money, especially in the time we are in, specifically talking about how you and I can remain prepared, how we can pivot in the right direction so that we won't be caught off guard in the shift of the economy that is here and slowly or quickly approaching, and then how can we perform right without dropping back down. So welcome to week 3 of our financial discussion. I'm so excited that you're able to watch the video. If you haven't watched videos 1 and 2, go back and watch those so you can be caught up on what we're talking about over here when we were talking about Money Me Mondays, and specifically talking about how can you prepare, you and your families to be prepared, how you can pivot in the right direction so that you won't be caught off guard in the economy that is happening right now. And then how you can perform right on a higher level, how you can operate, whether it's your business, whether it's your personal finances, how you're able to operate on a more efficient and effective level. So let's get in. So I want to talk about remaining real quick on the topic of preparation or preparing. I believe that I have just this gift and calling and I'm in purpose to prepare people. I like to, send out warnings and help you prepare. I've been doing this for years because my calling as a prophet, I'm able to see ahead of time so I can God shows me what's about to come, and then I of course want to be helpful as much as possible. So I go on here and share what God has shown me and was given to me, and we know He's just very strategic. And you're a faith-based community, so this is not just for the church or believers, which it's primarily talking to them. But if you are not a believer, you can still prepare, right? I'll just be, talking about faith in God a lot. So when we're talking about preparing, I'll provide like the foundational 3 steps, because here's the thing. We have to get to the point to lay a foundation, a healthy foundation. And I really, really, really want us to just zone in and come back to reality. And I say that because a lot of people out in the world, we want to just get this rich quick scheme going on. We want to get rich quick. We want to be a millionaire overnight. We want to have billions of dollars in our bank account, and people do all this scamming and all this stuff, and it's like, go and lay a solid foundation. As we get ready for this reset, go and lay a solid foundation where we are financially. For example, if you are single and you're desiring to be married, you are not going to hop in that marriage the way you are. You shouldn't. A healthy mindset would say, hey, let me get myself together, let me read some books, let me exercise, let me get active, let me research what a wife or a husband is, let me get ready to share my space. Like, you start to make investments, you start to build, you start to lay a clean solid foundation, right? You don't go into that relationship still talking to your exes and still talking to the past. Like, you just get ready to lay a solid foundation so that when you do get married, that marriage is built on a healthy, solid foundation. So that's exactly what we're talking about when we're talking about our finances. We want to get to the point where we can lay a solid foundation. And sometimes, people, that's going to include us doing the bare basics, like going back to step A. Um, I like to talk about, my situation. I come from Houston, Texas, and I'm be honest with you, my finances suck. Okay, my finances suck. Why? Because I did not come from, a family to teach me finances. No one, taught me financial literacy. It was very, a poverty-stricken mindset. But as I, relocated to Austin, Texas, I was able to get more resources, and I was able to finally now see my income, my business thriving, my personal finances thriving, quadruple the amount that I was making in Houston. Why? Because I was able to start over, get to the bare basics, right? Go back to the found, build a solid foundation. And so this is what I am trying to teach others that are, not only struggling, but just not aware. Listen, okay, I know that finances is a touchy subject. Like, I know it's a sensitive subject, and I know a lot of people just don't really like talking about their finances. But it's something that we have to just get comfortable with or talking about, especially the way the economy is going. Did you know that the US not only is in debt, but they're trying to figure out what will US do if they run out of money? And that is a question that we not only never thought about, but we've never actually experienced the country running out of money. So while they're trying to figure that out, while they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with the U.S. Department of Treasury, our job is to be prepared. Now, as I stated before, I come as a Christian. I come as a believer in Jesus Christ. So our kingdom, our rules, our way of doing things is completely different than how the world system is. We rely on God to provide. We rely on strategy. We rely on rules. We rely on a whole different economic system. And so I just want to share that system with you. If you're watching this, I want to share that system with you, because like I said, there are many people. The Bible is filled with principles and laws, and many people don't even believe in God, but they stick and they go to the principles and laws. Like, they just dismiss God, but they know that the principles and laws of the Bible work, whether if you're a believer or not. That principle, that rule, that system works. And we don't want to get into the whole thing of, for the, how people just try to repurpose the Bible or just use it out of context. We're not trying to be lovers of money. We want to be responsible individuals with money. Did you know that the purpose of your finances is far greater than your dreams and your goals in life? Like, it goes beyond what you have desired or what you have mapped out for your finances. You're probably thinking, oh, wait a minute, that's my money. I tell my money what to do. It's my. But in reality, if you come out of a selfish box, if you come out of that selfish mindset, you will discover that your finances, the purpose of your finances is far greater than your dreams and your goals. Your finances is called to fulfill a purpose. And not only your finances, but your time, your energy, and your resources, including our money, is called to fulfill a purpose in the earth. And you're probably thinking, oh, it's so many millionaires and billionaires out here. Why they won't give their money and help the poor, or why they won't give their money and help the homeless? I don't have enough money to do all that. I was talking to a good friend because we went out. And this is going to get to my other point, but we went out this past Saturday to go feed the homeless, right? And a part of the preparation key, I heard a wise man of God say, is, because I'm an entrepreneur as well, I heard a wise man of God say, include the poor in your business plan. And I'll talk more on that later. But back, I wanted to share my story real quick. So we go out and we feed the homeless. I have my budget. I said, okay, I'll pick up some fruit and some chips. And, we decided to do, sausage wraps, chips, fruits, water, put them in Ziploc bags. We made, I think, about 20. And we went out to downtown Austin to feed. Now, in her mind, it's like, she wanted to do way more. But in my mind, it's like, I put the poor in my business plan, not saying that it was for business, but I put the poor in my business plan because I know that my finances, instead of keeping it all to myself, instead of putting all my finances in my refrigerator, there are people out on the street that can use a sandwich today, could use some chips today, could use a fruit today. And so when we want to, build wealth, okay, because we're talking about building big wealth, but taking smaller steps, that's a part of the steps. So, as an entrepreneur, as a budgeter, as an investor, I want to reveal 3 ways on how you can build big wealth by taking smaller steps. And I wrote this down because this is something that I actually implement myself. So, number one, you want to tithe and you want to give offerings. And I know you probably, have a negative connotation behind that. A lot of people be like, I don't want to give to a church. I don't know what the pastor's doing with their money. That's not your business. Like, you give because God tells us to. Okay, it's in Malachi. I believe it's 3:10. But you give because not only does God want to see the posture of your heart, but He wants a cheerful giver, and not only a cheerful giver, but a generous giver. Because if you know the those that have a lot of money or those that have big wealth, they're givers. Like, they're generous with their money. It's only when we're stingy, it's only when we want to keep it, it's only when that we lose it. But we want to make sure that we're at least tithing and offering. So that's number one. Want to make sure you have some type of tithing and offering in place, whether if it's to a church, whether if it's to an organization that you trust, whether if it's an offering. Just give and make sure that's your first fruit of your income. Two, like I said, make the poor a part of your business plan. Whether if it's once a month that you make sandwiches or, give toiletries, or whether if it's every other month, just look at your budget and see if you have enough to give. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Like, you can have one sandwich, a water, and a fruit and give it out to the homeless, and that'll be enough. But the fact that you did it, the fact that you thought of somebody outside of your own self, out of your own house, you're probably thinking, I am poor. No, you're not poor. I heard another wise woman say, you are wealthy, but just in a poor situation. So you are not poor, okay? You are wealthy because God has given us the ability to produce wealth. Okay. Third thing is strengthen your money management skills. Strengthen your money management skills, because it's not about how much you can make, it's how much you're spending, it's how much you're managing, it's how much you are telling your money where to go, and not you telling your money, not your money telling you where to go. That makes sense. I'll say it again. You want to tell your money where to go, and not your money telling you where it should go. Okay. So we want to make sure that we have strong money management skills. What does all that have to do with preparing for the economy? It sets you up, it sets a foundation. It lays a foundation so that when the economy starts to drop, or when there is a depression, or when there is a recession, you are going to be taken care of. Okay. You will not. Okay. And you can bet your bottom dollar on this one. I can put my life on this one. You will not go without. If you do those 3 things, you will not go without. Your family will be full. Your house will be stacked. You will not go hungry. Why? Because these are not my words. These are in the Bible. This is biblical principles. These are biblical rules in the Bible that you can count on to trust and believe that you do those. If you do those 3 things and lay that foundation, lay your wealth, you're building your big wealth with those 3 small steps, you will not go without. You will not lack. Okay. Promise you on that. You will not lack. Okay. So the goal is to lay a healthy foundation. We want to continue to talking about preparation. I think this is going to be my last week, or I'm going to come on next week to talk about just the last part of the preparation, because we want to get into pivoting. We want to get into how we can change. And this is all a part of the pivoting, because maybe you're not the type of person to save. Maybe you're not the type of person to invest. Maybe you're not the type of person to budget. This is you getting the tools to prepare, and then you are pivoting. Okay. You are changing direction. You are going from one way of doing things and you're shifting to another way. Why? Because I like to be proactive. I don't like to be reactive. I don't like to be caught off guard. Okay. So I want to share with you how you can how you can avoid getting hit by the economy that is coming our way. Okay. So, with that being said, I want to share some scriptures real quick. We got Ecclesiastes 5:10 through 11, Matthew 6:19 through 20, Luke 12, verse 15, and Proverbs 21, verse 20. And I'll read Proverbs 21, verse 20. And it says, "There is a treasure to be desired, and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man spendeth it up." So we don't want to be fools. We want to be wise. Whereas it doesn't matter how much money you're bringing in, okay? It doesn't matter if you're making $40,000 a year versus somebody that's bringing in six figures, because that six-figure person, if they are not managing their money, if they are not spending their money well, if they are not investing in the proper places, that six-figure person might as well be living in financial poverty, even though they're bringing in six figures. While the person that's making 40,000 a year or bringing in 50,000 a year, because they're able to financially manage their money, they're able to build financial wealth. Speaking of financial wealth, what is financial wealth? So, financial wealth or financial freedom, again, is about how you are spending the money, how you're managing the money. Don't get it confused with people on the social media and they showing their cars and they're showing their bags and they're showing their clothes and they're showing their necklace, right? Wealth is silent. Wealth is silent because you're focusing on managing your wealth. You're focusing on getting your financial strategies in line, your ducks in a row, and you don't have time to be talking because you're working. But those that allow you question, are they truly financially free? Are they really building wealth? Because again, building wealth is silent. It's not loud. So, with that being said, I want to go over the three ways on how to prepare and lay a solid financial foundation so that you and I will be ready for whenever the economy wants to shift in another direction. You will not be caught off guard. Your family will not be caught off guard. So, number one, tithe and give some type of offering. Two, what was number two? Oh, make sure the poor is part of the business plan. And then three, strengthen your money management skills. Strengthen your money management skills. And that could be, budgeting, having a budget in place. And if you need help with any three of those, especially the money management, I would like to offer you our personal finances course that you can find online. I will put the link in the comment section for you to check out so that you can begin the journey of laying a healthy foundation with basic steps, guys. Basic steps, but extensive, but challenging, but worth it. But it will add value because you are stripping away all the stuff you thought was going to happen, or all the stuff you have seen on social media, all the false realities, okay, that would promise you to build this wealth. But the goal is to lay a healthy foundation. We cannot build wealth if our personal finances are in rumbles. You cannot build personal wealth or build company wealth if our finance foundation is cracked. It's time to go back to the basics. It's time to go back to the beginning. It's time to go back, strip everything that you thought you knew, put it away, take advantage of this investment. You have to invest in yourself. For $99, one-time payment, so that you can begin these courses on how you can lay a solid foundation using the strategies that we have given in the course, starting with these 3 things on how to prepare. Okay, make sure you're tithing, guys. This is so serious. It's whether you are a believer or not. If you call yourself a philanthropist, okay, give. Make sure you are giving. Okay, um make sure you are putting the poor in your business plan. Make sure you are going out doing some type of charity work, giving your finances. Make sure it's your form of finances. Because I also heard another thing, someone says that whatever you are in need of, that's what you give. But if you're in need of finances, give that. If you need of food, God will make a way where you can give some type of food. But whatever you are in need of, give that. And since we're talking about finances, if you are in need of increasing your finances, make this investment of giving $99 for the personal finances course. And if you don't have the $99 right now, remember I have 2 other payment options available for you, whether if you can do 2 payment options, I split them for you, or if you want to subscribe and you can do the trial for free 3 days and then pick up where you left off and pay for the rest of the course. But in with that being said, just make sure, guys, that you are just really paying attention and taking advantage of this opportunity, because they're already discussing, even though it's a political game, even though it's a political scheme, the economy is in trouble. Okay. And again, we want to make sure that you are financially ready for the shift, because we have to prepare. Okay. We want to make sure you're prepared for the pivot and so that you can still perform. Because, like I said in the beginning, there will be no middle class. You're either going to be classified as rich or you're either going to be classified as poor, but there will be no in between. And to avoid that split in the middle, to avoid you performing in the poor, so that you can perform in the rich. Take action today. Get the course, $99 for right now. It's a special going on, $99 before the price increases. $99. Invest in yourself so that you can have accountability from me, my team here, so that you will be on the path to pivot and that you can perform at a higher level, just in case when it does shift, you won't be caught off guard. Okay, check the comments for the link. Thank you so much for joining and watching me on today for Money Me Mondays, as we continue to discuss financial strategies so that you can be prepared, so that you can pivot, and so that you can perform at a higher level. Thank you so much for your attention. And I look forward to hearing from you on next week as we continue to talk about how to pivot, how to pivot, how to pivot. Okay. Congratulations in advance. Bye, guys.